I have really been looking forward to sharing this with you all. I'm so happy right now. So for a lot of you may not know, some of you do know, I had a pressure washing business. It was doing really well, and we lived quite comfortably for a few years. I was a pressure washer. That's what I did, patios, driveway cleaning. And then, like a lot of people, COVID, lockdown, 2020, my business died. Like a lot of people, had to change profession. I was very lucky that I had a little following on YouTube, so I was able to make an announcement to lend a hand on people's vans, and thankfully, touch wood, since then, that's all I've done for a living. It's my hobby, helping people do vans. It has morphed into electrics now, and because of that, I was posting lots of pictures of all the electrical installs I was doing, mainly with Victron products, because I've just always loved Victron products. Dreaming one day to have an electrical system like I was installing for people, thinking I would never be able to. So, imagine my surprise when a representative for Victron got in touch with me because they'd seen some of the installs I've done. Even just a well done, that looks great, from a representative of Victron would have been reward enough for me, but they wanted to film me do my next install, which is what you're about to see. I said, as it happens, I'm about to upgrade my electrical system in my personal camper van. I said I bought half the stuff already. I bought a lot of stuff already. I just need to get a few more bits. Anyway, we made it work, and this is what the video you're about to watch. Victron filming myself and my good friend Mark do an install in this van. So you got this video to watch, and then at the end of the video I'm going to tag to his video on the Victron website. It's going to be all over the Victron social media pages as well, and I will also put the video link in the video description down below for you to go and watch their video with me. It's I'm very excited. So now my friend Mark and I are official distributors and installers of Victron gear. So, enough waffling, let's get into this video. I hope you enjoy it. Let me know what you think. Today is the day. Today is very exciting. I don't know if I've said anything yet, but we've got Victron coming here to film this. I'm so excited about it. I was already planning to fill this cabinet with Victron products because they are just the best. But oh man, yeah, we've got Victron coming. So the van is ready. I've cleaned it as best I can, but I'm really wanting to get this done, and then I can sort the kitchen worktop out and finish all the trim, and I might even put a fake wall here or a door so I can close it off, protect it a bit, and open it up when I want to show people the electrics and stuff. But yeah, oh, I'm so excited, and what an idyllic location. Got the barn to protect us from a bit of drizzle that's around the next couple of days. Beautiful, and here we are. Let's go. This might just be time lapses, but we will see. lights, proper cameras. Look at all the camera gear down there. This is where we're up to right now. Oh, it's gonna be good. Link shunt, link distributor. Got a couple of battery protects, a servo, MPPT, Orion. Got the big 70 screen. Oh. So we spent ages drilling holes and putting rubber grommets in the metal, so that will protect the cables. We're also going to triple wrap the cables with shrink wrap to give them like 3 or 4 layers of protection. Just got a couple more holes and grommets to put in around the servo. This is the big hole for the screen. It's looking good. Good morning. Okay, day 2 on this install. This is where we got up to. It took a lot longer than I thought, but I'm being very, very particular, very precise. Measuring everything 100 times. But yeah, this is where we're up to right now. We've got all the holes drilled for all the cables with grommets on. All these holes where cables are going to be going. That is beautiful. This is the screen for the servo. Yes, I'm not going to be able to access this once it's in the cupboard, but you can access it from your phone. You can control the screen from your phone, switch it on or off. So yeah, that's why the screen is going inside this case for display purposes. But you can control it all with your phone and everything. We're going to have temperature sensors on this servo, inside and outside the van. The servo can also control the. You can have a temperature sensor for the electrical cupboard, which is going to switch on some fans in that cupboard to keep it all cool. The DC charger, the Orion, gets the hottest. So there's going to be fans either side of the top here, taking air out. So yeah, day 2. And also something I haven't shown you yet is something in this box here. Ooh, what do you think that is? Ooh. Wait till you see what that is. Lithium. I've just been messing around with trying to pull things out of this electric cupboard. This electric cupboard looked really neat when I first started it, but now it's not looking so neat. I've taken out the temp sensor. I had a temp sensor here for this fan and this fan here. I've put it over there now. It's going to go in that electrical cupboard. These batteries are coming out. This is a battery charge. I'm just trying to get a bit of life into these because I'm in a barn, so I've had no solar. So I've been using a battery charger to keep this charged up. This shunt is going. This Sterling battery charger is going. So I'm just pulling things apart here. These like I say, these batteries are coming out. This and this shunt are coming out. Probably going to leave all these fuses here. I've got 2 fuse boxes here, and this negative bus bar here, and a mega fuse over here. So yeah, to rerun all of my electrics in my van to the other side of the van in here, that's just going to be a bit of a mission. So we're just going to be running cables underneath the van and up into this cupboard where the batteries are. It's just going to go from the battery to everything over there, bus bars and everything, and then there'll be another 25mm cable or 40mm cable coming over here to provide power to these fuse boxes, etc. Show you that when we get a bit further on. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Today is Tuesday. Good morning, everybody. I'll show you where we've got up to. Late last night we managed to just get basic things connected so that I can have some power in the van. So this is where we're up to. The lovely new 200 amp hour Victron lithium battery is in. That needs to be raised up. I'm going to have it featured in that Perspex logo that Max did for me. So that's going to be featured there, and then behind this Perspex will be all of this. So we've basically got the, like I said, the essentials hooked up so that I can have some power last night. At the end of this video, we're going to run through everything that's on here, and we'll talk you through it all, tell you what it all does. But this is quite exciting. This is brand new. This is a brand new Lynx. This is a brand new Lynx Smart Shunt, but it's a Smart BMS version. It's very exciting. That we'll explain that later on. I'm a very happy boy. Been away from home now for a few weeks. I'm missing my kiddies, missing my wife now. But we've got another 2 more days of shooting. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 2 or 3 more days of shooting. And I've got to go and fix a job near London, and then I can go home. I'll be home in a few, I'll be home in a few days. But I know I'm really, really enjoying this. I'm sure you can tell. Battery is now fixed in its place. I've raised it up a bit. I've got anti-slip mat on it. I've got a strapper over the top of it. That cupboard is still to be tidied up, but it's going to look nice. It looks nice. Are you ready for this? Prepare.
The problem is these are designed to be run with on the side with paper. So
it looks really blurred out on that camera. I don't think you're seeing any of that. It's just all blurred out. Good morning. Tell me this isn't one of the coolest setups. Oh, that blue really doesn't like it on this lens, I don't think. It's really quite blown out. I'll have to show you on my phone.
by blue LAN cables.
Look at that. I can control that screen with my phone. The internet's a bit rubbish in here right now, but I can control the lights, the fans, control everything with my phone, which is pretty darn cool. Pretty cool. So we are done. We are done filming with Victron. We had a Sunday to Wednesday afternoon shoot. Finally got all the interviews done, all the drone driving shots done. It's done a lot of filming. And what a lovely man he was. So I can walk you through it. I'll get Mark at some point. Mark's going to do a detailed walkthrough of how to set everything up, and we're going to film that. So my camper van is now powered by a Victron 200 amp hour lithium iron phosphate battery. So before I had 260 amp hours of AGM, but as most of you know, you can't drain that down. You can only use about 50-60% of an AGM battery. With a lithium battery, you're okay to go down to 20%, 18%, but yeah, no more than that really. If you want to prolong the life, to always keep them charged if you want to make them last a bit longer. But also lithium, they charge a lot quicker. It's definitely the way to go. They're lighter, so I've saved half the weight in here. So yeah, it's a 200 amp hour lithium battery, but I've got, say, 180 amp hours of usable power instead of 130. But this charges quicker than the AGM, so it's definitely, it's just, I'm over the moon, Okay, so in my electrical cupboard, I'm going to start at the top. This is a 30 amp, I'm sorry about the reflection. This is a 30 amp MPPT charge controller that takes power from the solar and boosts it, chucks 30 amps in, up to 30 amps, and chucks lots of power into my batteries. Currently it's not very, the sun's not out, In the middle, we've got a Ruvi. That is a Bluetooth sensor which tells our servo what temperature it is in this cupboard. So the servo is set to turn on its relay, which powers the 4 fans. I've got 4 fans in each corner, sucking air in at the bottom and blowing air out either side at the top. So this Ruvi in the center tells the servo relay when to switch on. I've set that at like 25 degrees and go off at 20 degrees. So yeah, if it gets to 25 degrees in this cupboard, that Ruvi will tell the servo to turn on all the fans, which is amazing. While I'm talking about relays, the other relay on here is for the lights. I've got LED lights around the outside edge of this shining forward. I can control these relays with my phone or with the screen. So I can turn the lights on with my phone, turn the fans on with my phone if I want to do that manually. So that's the Ruvi. Beside that is the Orion DC to DC charger. That puts 30 amps exactly, or 29, 30 amps exact into my leisure batteries. I can show you that working in a little bit. Yeah, down here we've got a battery protect and the servo. We're going to get Mark to explain these in a bit more detail. We've got the Lynx. This is a brand new item from Victron. The Lynx Smart BMS. It's like the Lynx Shunt, but this has built-in BMS in it, which I'll get Mark to explain. This is bolted onto the Lynx distributor, which is bus bars. So not only is it bus bars, it's also fuses. So you've got 4 mega fuses in there. So we've got like the fuse boxes for the van are on one, the DC charger is on one, the MPPT charger is on another. So it's definitely worth buying this, because if you had bus bars, you need a positive and a negative bus bar. You'd need all the mega fuses and the fuse holders. It's actually worthwhile buying one of these, because then you've got it all in one. It's all compact and it looks quite smart. But yeah, so this is where we're up to. I've got all my electrics on show, ready to showcase at all the meets. As you know, this is my work now. So I do this for a living. So I wanted to have a display case here for everyone to see at the meets, and hopefully they'll like it and would like me to do some work for them. If you want me to do some work for you, let me know. My email address and contact stuff is in the info of this video. Click on that description. That's kind of my layman's run through of what all this stuff is, but I'll get Mark to go into some detail with the other bits in a mo. Okay, so I'm going to introduce you to my friend Mark. He's going to walk you through some of the bit more techie stuff that I don't really know too much about. Okay, this is Mark. Say hello.
Hello there.
So what have we got in here? I've explained about the MPPT and the Orion. Yeah. But I'm not too sure about setting up servos and the new Lynx Smart BMS.
Well, so we'll start over here with our spangly new lithium batteries. So this is obviously 200 amp hour. It's also got, you see the mains cables there, but you've also got, which you can't see, is the links to the BMS. So that Lynx Smart BMS talks directly to those batteries. They're also set so, as the servo is, there's a special output on the Lynx which keeps them powered even if things go off. Okay, so in the event of any issues, or let's say the Lynx Smart BMS detects a problem, let's say it's too cold, it turns the output off using the smart battery protect, or the loads are switched off at that point.
So the battery protect is the one there.
That's it there. Yeah, so that switches all the loads off, but the servo will stay on so that you can still monitor the system through your phone and the internet, so on and so forth. If the battery detects a problem, like it's flat, basically, it will turn off. And the Lynx Smart BMS is also a massive disconnect as well, so it's got a big battery protect built in. Lynx Smart BMS has got a big disconnect built in, so if it detects an issue with the battery, it just kills the power completely, and that's the system dead until such times as that you can come in and reset it, or the charge will build that the battery will switch, the BMS will switch the battery back on again.
So I've explained that we are going to do a separate video regarding setting up the servo and the VRM business. But what is the servo for those that don't know?
The Servo GX is basically controlled by a thing called the Venus OS. And the Venus OS can control all this equipment we've got here bar the Orion. That's a bit dumb. There's no real interface in that apart from a switch. That is controlled by the BMS too, but we'll go into that in a bit. But the Servo GX will take all the information that's here and all the charge. It understands what's going on. It'll actually do a thing called dynamic voltage and current control. So we can set it so that it won't overcook the batteries when you've got, let's say you're driving, you've got 13 amps coming in from your TR Smart, and you've got 25 amps coming in from solar. It means that you know, you can limit that down. I don't think you need to in this case, but in some cases, like some batteries, they take a maximum 50 amp charge, so you want to bring that down within the limit that they're not going to, the battery BMS will just turn it off if it gets too much. But the Servo will also let you control everything from the internet as well if you've got an internet connection. So you can also do things like tank input. So if you've got water tanks with a resistive sender, you can have that in your Servo and it will display it on the screen. Gas tanks will work on it as well. If again, any kind of resistive sender. You've got 2 relays that you can switch things off and on. In this case, we have 1 relay which is controlled by the Ruvi sensor up there. When the Ruvi sensor detects this cabinet gets to 25 degrees inside, it energizes relay 1, which then turns the fans on. And then when the temperature gets back down, the fans are turned off. Just to make it look posh and all spangly, we've set relay 2 to turn the lights off and on, and that's done manually, either on the screen or on your phone.
How does the Servo read for things like the MPPT? It's a cable that you've got plugged in there, isn't it?
Yeah, so the Servo will talk to, we got 2 things. We've got the VE bus and the VE CAN and VE direct. Now, the MPPT uses that little black cable there, which is that's the VE direct, and then that plugs into the Servo there. You can see they've got the 2 watt empty wipe connectors there, and that's the other end of that cable. So that's talking then to the MPPT solar charge controller. And then in the Smart BMS, there's an RJ45 cable. It's called the VE CAN, and that goes to the Servo GX, and that's the blue one right at the back.
Right
there.
about the blue.
Yeah, you see it next to the terminator. And then you have to have a terminator to terminate the bus when it's connected, and that shares the information about what's going in. So this Link Smart BMS is brand new. It's a very new bit of kit, but it's many things. It's a shunt. It's a BMS, battery management system. It's also a battery protector as well. It's got all that built into it. So it's a great bit of kit, and as an add-on to the Lynx distributor, because it's got everything in it. It saves you having to have lots of different bits and pieces. It's just all that in one item. And I don't know if you can see at the bottom how many connectors there are in it. It's quite busy, because that also, if it detects a problem, it turns the Orion TR Smart off by using the remote link. It just energizes that.
Yeah, so we've got a remote link in the bottom of that little single black cable in the bottom of the DC charger there. That does that, doesn't it?
Yep, that's correct, yeah.
So these battery protects, I've installed them before, but they would normally go straight from the positive of the leisure battery, and that would just switch off if it needed to. But we've got that powering the fuses for the rest of the the drain.
Yeah, every DC load
is in there.
That's in the van is then controlled by that battery protect.
So we've got the Link Smart BMS is the first port of call from the leisure battery.
That's right, yeah.
And have we set that at a certain level to sort of cut out, or in a sort of safety limit?
So the I think we set it up as a discharge floor of 80%. So we use 80% of the available battery capacity, so it leaves 20 left over. And then you've got 10% critical then. So if the Link Smart says that, well, you know, your batteries are getting low, it'll turn off the load outputs, but the Servo GX will stay on.
Okay.
So we can still monitor it. And then, of course, as the solar kicks in, as the levels in the battery increase, then it'll switch that back on at times it thinks that it's safe. And
it has a temperature thing as well, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. We've got the temperature sensor up there, the little Ruvi, and you know, if it gets too hot, it'll sense that on there, and it'll use that in the system to turn things off and on.
So the Ruvi is not only working just for the fans; it's working for the Smart BMS. Is that right?
Yeah, it will use it, but I mean the actual the BMS will take the temperature from the batteries, which uses these 2 black cables to get to.
Yeah, those 2 black cables.
Yeah, which then they connect. There's an in and out on the batteries, and that's where the Link Smart BMS will pull the information from the batteries for the temperature.
Oh. So do you think I'll be alright for power?
I reckon you'll be all right. Yeah, I mean, where were we this morning? So you've been 2 days off grid.
2 days, yeah, with no solar at all.
Yeah, no solar at all. What, 74%?
Yeah, it got no, it was 64%.
64%. Yeah. So we've had solar.
Little bit of patchy sun today, and we're on
back up to 86%.
86%.
I think the maximum charge we saw was about 20 amps, wasn't it, from your?
Yeah, we had. Was it 330 watts or something?
I think so, wasn't it?
Yeah. So
it's massively efficient.
Massively, wasn't
considering you got what before about.
What was it? Yeah, 10 amps
10
maybe
amps,
going in from the last charge controller.
Yeah, PMW controller, wasn't it?
No, it was MPPT, but it was a 20 amp Epiva.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, never had this much going in.
Yeah, 87% now.
There you go.
There you go.
Thank you, Mark.
No worries.
So got a few more bits to do, yeah, to try and finish off this kitchen. I'm gonna replace this side, I think, with something different. I'm probably gonna put a cover over the front that I can remove when I want to show people the electrics. Also got to cut holes in the side for the fans to actually be able to blow or suck air. But yeah, I think we're gonna end that video there. Thank you, Mark, for all your help.
You're welcome.
We've used this beautiful location where he lives to do this. Yeah, let me know what you think about that system, because I'm over the moon, and I think I'm going to be set for power now. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you soon.